Aaron Price is 32 and hails from Hoboken, New Jersey. He founded Make Mania, a community for do-it-yourselfers. Alina Munoz is a 28-year-old Dallas Texan. She co-founded Culentro, an organization that connects restaurant industry professionals. Jeremy Fisher is 26 and comes from New York City. He founded Dynavore, a site that helps you create and share restaurant recommendations. And I'm Laurel Toby, your host. Welcome to the Startup Game, where founders find out if their babies are fun, merely fun, or fundable. I'm here with Owen Davis. Owen is a master investor. He runs New York City Seed Fund. Owen has looked over hundreds of business plans in his quest to find out who is the best. Owen, start your questions.
Alina, what are some of the key metrics of your company right now?
Right now, we measure how big the industry is in America. Right now, there are 12.8 million Americans who are employed within the restaurant industry. These are the people that we are targeting to become a part of our community.
And currently, is the company up and running, and do you have customers and revenue?
Yes, the company was formed 2 years ago. We currently have made $100,000 in revenue, mostly this year. We're looking to launch insurance in January, which we see as a guaranteed annual revenue driver.
Aaron, what are some of the user base numbers for you?
Well, in our best months, we had around 20,000 visits when we ran a contest. The size of the do-it-yourself industry is over half the population of the U.S. Over 150 million people identify with themselves as do-it-yourselfers. The arts and crafts category alone is a $30 billion industry, so there's a big opportunity for the do-it-yourself category.
And Jeremy, you?
User metrics.
User metrics, revenue, any kind of other?
So we just launched a few months ago, so no revenue yet. We're planning on scaling up our user base and then monetizing after that.
Got it. Aaron, so the competitive landscape, where do you fit in?
So there are a few do-it-yourself how-to sites. They tend to focus on user-submitted content and sponsorship, so ads. In our case, we're actually bringing supply kits, pairing those with projects. So if you think about the likelihood of someone to convert to buy something when they have inspiration to make a project, we're putting the supply kit right next to that project so that they're most likely to convert to buy it right on the spot. And we generate revenue in that process.
And are you saying nobody else is doing that right now?
No one else is putting supply kits with do-it-yourself projects.
Got it. And Alina, who do you think is adjacent or direct as a competitor?
Culentro currently has no direct competitors. We're the only organization that encompasses all restaurant industry professionals. There are other organizations or online magazines that target particular industry professionals such as chefs, but nobody encompasses everybody: restaurateurs, financiers, lawyers, anybody that falls under the restaurant umbrella.
And what are some of the benefits of actually joining Culentro? It's a subscription membership model, is it not?
It's a membership model, so if you come to New York City and you're looking to build a restaurant, we provide the resources to help you build that restaurant. If you're looking for a lawyer, if you're looking for a new architect and designer, business resources, we provide the networking opportunities to build the restaurant.
And why can't I find those on my own?
There's currently no organized community to find all those resources. It's literally hitting Google and trying to find a vendor on your own.
And Jeremy?
I think our closest competitor is Yelp. The main thing that differentiates us from Yelp is that we're focused on recommendations versus reviews. So if you think about what a natural and pervasive activity is, it's you calling your friends and saying, hey, I'm in this neighborhood, I need a recommendation. You've never called up a friend and said, hey, I'd like you to write a restaurant review for me. So I think what we're doing is we're taking this really natural behavior and we're making it better, more efficient, and I think that's going to make it a lot more popular with a broader swath of the population.
And so do you think that competing against Yelp, how do you kind of get in front of them? How do you grow and scale in a way that makes you have a real presence in the market?
Yeah, well, I think our beginning strategy with that has been to make our user base a feature of the product. So when you go on Yelp, you're never going to see a restaurant critic, you're never going to see a food magazine editor writing Yelp reviews, but you do see that on Dynavore. So I think that's a big differentiator right from the beginning. I think another big differentiator is that right now Yelp has a lot of ill will towards it. There's a couple of class action lawsuits that are pending against them. A lot of restaurants don't like them, and a lot of people in the industry don't like them. So in terms of doing partnerships with other people, sort of in the food industry, publications, PR, restaurant PR, things of that nature, people are a lot more willing to work with us than work with Yelp.
Wait, I have a question. What do you guys wear in the hot tub when you're talking to investors? Oh, never mind. Okay, keep going. We gotta make this, more like the dating game. I told you, Owen. Ask them less serious questions.
Really? Alina, so if somebody were to actually give you some money, how would you use it? And who currently is at the company right now?
Currently, it's me and Stephanie Kornblum, who's my business partner. We run the company, we execute all the events. We have a rotating about 5 interns, and we have programmers that work remotely from Houston. Other than that, it's just me and Stephanie. If we had $1 to $2 million, we would be growing nationally, where we've had a lot of pressure to grow nationally within the year. So we'd look to staff in other markets, and we would look to build offices in other markets.
Why wouldn't your company be a nonprofit?
Because we feel that we can lend culinary platforms to brands. Brands are coming to us and understanding that there are passion points with their consumers to access the culinary trade, and we know that with these brands we can also increase business profitability within the culinary industry.
But how would you do that specifically?
We basically build marketing platforms for these brands. So financial institutions, credit card companies, they come to us and say, we're looking to access this market. We don't have the people on the ground to do this for us. Can you leverage your community and create programs for us?
So like a group buying program?
Yes.
And how do you compare to, say, Freelancers Union?
It's very similar, in fact. We offer insurance similar to what Freelancers Union is, but we are a for-profit community.
Got it. Aaron, if you were to take some money in, what would you use it for, and what does the current team look like?
So I'll start with the team. I've got a technical lead who's our goal is to have him become on as a co-founder role. He's got a substantial background in tech, and having worked at Goldman Sachs and Bell Labs and things like that. Also, it was selected for an accelerator program in New Jersey, and they're doing most of my UI and UX work in exchange for a case study. So I'm the first client to go through that program. Also have my mom as my #1 fan, and my dog is my vice president of sales, he's very effective. And what would I do with the money? So I would expand upon that team, because I think it would really increase the speed to market. It would open up some doors for partnerships where we could buy the licenses to some of the existing communities, where we could then run some of the do-it-yourself properties by building project-based communities for some of the trade industries and things like that, but there could be some licensing fees involved.
Did you say how much money you wanted?
We're looking for $500,000.
Okay.
And you're looking for $1 to $2 million?
Yes.
And Jeremy?
$600K.
And what would you do with the money, and who's the current team?
Yeah, so the current team is myself, and I'm essentially the non-coding founder, and then we have a lead developer who has 4+ years of Ruby on Rails web app experience, and we have a front-end developer designer who's also part of the team. We'd be looking to scale up, hire more developers, in-house iPhone developer, and just grow the team that way.
How about marketing?
So I think from a non-viral marketing perspective, what we're looking at are sort of platform distribution partnerships. So with a site like Serious Eats, things like that, we're going to be making a lot of sort of neat widget buttons that brands and publishers will be able to put on their websites to add value for their own users, which will then direct traffic back to our site.
Got it. Okay.
Well, Owen, you've asked a couple of questions of each contestant. Do you think you can come up with a decision now about who might be fundable in this group?
I think I can.
All right. Who's the lucky one?
Oh, is it only one?
You can.
Can I fund more than one?
You could.
I think Jeremy and Aaron are definitely fundable. Alina, I think you're just a little bit too early to be fundable, but it's not that there isn't a great business model there.
Okay. Do you have any other suggestions for Alina as to how she could present the business better in, say, 6 months or a year? How long do you think she needs?
I think she needs to actually get more traction so that there are some proof points around your model is actually going to work. And I think that if you look at Freelancers Union or other parallel organizations, understanding the metrics and being kind of much more fluent with that is, here are the margins, here's why it's a great business, we can look at this, and really talking to the founders there would probably be very helpful in your pitch.
Great. Well, that's our show for today. And for all you entrepreneurs out there, we hope we've given you a few pointers on how you can get fundable and kiss your cares goodbye. All right, you guys, you have to go like that. That's good. That's how it ends. The dating game.
Got it.